Rock on, idea! Hello everyone! Welcome to Harvest of the Month, where every month we bring you a different harvest from one of our idea farms. And in February, we're going to be talking about carrots. I want to give a shout out to farmers Thomas and Citrus out at Idea Horizon Vista in El Paso, Texas, where they actually told me that purple carrots were the original carrot, but over time they've been cultivated to give us a sweeter carrot, and so that's why orange ones are now the most popular, but purple carrots are still around. And just like all of our other harvests, these carrots are making their way from the farm to our schools.
That's right, Steph. And over at Horizon Vista, they take these carrots, make sesame carrots, and serve them alongside our fan favorite, the Island Blossom Chicken. And this month is actually the perfect month to be featured in Horizon Vista because this is when they plan and organize their cooking event where they bring CNP, farms, families, everyone together to do some cooking and learn about healthy cooking. And they call this event Cooking Up a Storm. Do you know why they call it that?
Why?
Because their mascot is the storm. It's so cute.
That is so cute. And I just love the way Horizon Vista brings their community together for something cool like that.
Yeah.
And we're gonna do our very own cooking here today. Okay, not cooking, but we are gonna prepare a recipe today called Sesame Carrots.
All right, so let's get started on our sesame carrots. So this recipe is going to be very similar to some other recipes that we have. We made kimchi once before. We made that like sugar snap pea pickled. So this is very similar to that in the sense that it's going to be sitting in some vinegar and we want it to absorb some flavor. But as you guys know, carrots aren't very soft to absorb all that flavor. So we're gonna want to make sure that these carrots are cut or sliced very thinly. And I'm gonna show you just a few ways. One, I already have here some shredded carrots. You can see they're nicely thinly shredded. These actually, if you chose to go this way, one, I think it's probably the easiest way. And then two, it wouldn't really even have to sit overnight like we're gonna ask for the rest of the stuff because it's so, so thin, it's gonna really get that flavor much quicker. Another way is this mandolin. So this mandolin, if you do have one or decide to get one, just be really, really careful when you're doing it. But really, wiggle, wiggle. Yeah, you can see how it's doing. You don't want to put too much pressure because you do want that to come out much thinner. And you can see that happening right there. And I kind of cut it at this angle so it can come out nice and long. And
very pretty.
Yeah, I think my favorite way though, in both just the way it looks and the textures, and you'll see that in the picture that we have on our recipe online, is in ribbons. So ribbons is a little tricky, but if you have a nice sharp peeler, again, be very careful with it. You can very lightly do some long cuts, and it's gonna come out looking like little noodles, kinda, sorta.
The ribbon method is my favorite.
Yeah, I do like this method. It takes a little while, and also you're gonna have like these little skinny carrots at the end, but of course, don't waste those. Use them in like a soup or something.
I snack on them while I'm preparing the rest of my recipe.
For sure, that's how you do it. All right, so yeah, we're gonna keep cutting some of these, and once my ribbons are all nice and done, we'll get going on that dressing.
Yes. All right, we're making a super simple vinaigrette here with just a few ingredients. We're gonna start with our tamari here. Of course, at home, you can use soy sauce if you'd like. Tamari is gluten-free, and so it's more inclusive for our students. Next, I'm just adding some rice wine vinegar, but at home, of course, if you don't have that, you can also use some apple cider vinegar. And we're adding some sesame oil, which is gonna give us so much flavor. And lastly, this is just some brown sugar. At home, you can use whichever sweetener you prefer. And we're just gonna whisk this all together until that sugar dissolves. Next, we're gonna pour a vinaigrette over our carrots, give it a quick mix, and cover this up and put it in the fridge overnight. All right, here is our whole dish. This is one of my favorites, so let's talk about it. We have here our Island Blossom Chicken. It's nice and sticky chicken with some pineapple in it. We've got our brown rice, some umami broccoli, which has so much flavor, and then of course our sesame carrots that just fit so well with the rest of our dish here.
It does.
Thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed this recipe just like our others. Don't forget to go onto our website at ideapublicschools.org where you can find this recipe and many more. And until next time, happy cooking!